New here at 6, a new study conducted by the Cook County Treasurer's Office reveals racial and income disparities in voter turnout when property tax referendums are on the ballot. Cook County Treasurer Maria Pappas joining us live to discuss this first-of-its-kind analysis. Madam Treasurer, thanks for joining us.
Great to be with you always. So we did another one of our studies in the office, and this one's very, very interesting because what we discovered was last year, with no elected officials pushing anything, voters actually went to the polls and agreed on their own to raise taxes by $593 million. And we thought that was rather amazing. So we thought, Michael, what we'll do is we'll analyze it. We're going to try and figure out how that happened. Well, what we found out was that there was roughly 55% voter participation with whites, 33% in Black districts, and 29% in Latino districts. And so we're like, what is this about? Why is this happening? Well, you have to look at what a referendum is. A referendum is at the very, very end of the ballot. So what you do is you scroll all the way down after you vote for president and vice president and secretary and treasurer and all these various offices. Then you get to the bottom and there's like 50 or 60 judges who are up for retention. And then there's a bunch of questions. The problem is that when you read the questions, 9 times out of 10, they don't make any sense. Let's use an example, bring home Chicago. Okay, 20% of the people voted on that particular issue. In Robbins, Illinois, 14% of the people got to the bottom of the ballot, which was only 265 people. And those 265 people in Robbins, which is a relatively impoverished area, voted to raise taxes on every $100,000 value of each home by $132. So what are we saying? We're saying that the few people make big decisions for lots of people. And number one, wealthy white districts vote more than African American and Latino districts. Look at Kenilworth, for example, where you have, in some instances, a 70% turnout because at the bottom of the ballot, it says, do you want a swimming pool? And everybody comes out and votes for the swimming pool because they're looking after their kids. We have a really serious problem in front of us because I'm the bearer of all kinds of complaints. I have the first floor of the county building. Everyone comes to my counter. They come with their prescription bills. They come with their telephone bills. They come complaining about their groceries, Medicare, Medicaid, whatever it is that anyone wants to complain about. They will come to my office and tell us about it. But it's the same as being in my building where I live and getting on the elevator. When someone complains to me, I say to them, did you vote?
Well, exactly. Property taxes are the bane of a property owner's existence. So you would think that they would keep scrolling down unless they know about it in the first place. Also, when you fill out those ballots, doesn't it tell you what you've left off?
It does tell you, but when you get to the bottom, people are like, why should I vote when I don't understand what I'm voting for?
So how do we change that? How do we change it so the results come out better? And if I'm getting you right, and you explain, you correct me if I'm wrong, in predominantly white districts, they're voting for to not increase the property taxes. In mostly Black and Latino districts, they're not voting at all, so the taxes are just going to go up.
They're all voting to increase. 75%.
You mean in the Black neighborhoods, they're voting to increase the taxes?
Yes, they are. They're
Why?
all voting to increase. Because that's just how that minority of voters come out in that area and say, I'm going to vote for this. Like in the Robbins, I gave you.
But do they not understand what they're voting for? Is that what you're saying?
My best guess is people don't understand, or a very minority of people come out who do understand. A few end up deciding for many. A few end up deciding.
That to me is confusing because you would think that people in lower income areas would not want to hike up their property taxes. Maybe some education needs to be put out there. You think that's the answer?
You know what? I think it's a press issue. I think that the press corps has been kind of stripped. I mean, look what happened at the Sun-Times last week. If there's not a press corps that's left that's reporting what is on the ballot, like next week, there's going to be $200 million worth of bond issues on the ballot. I don't think that any reporter in time has time to go research that and go out and educate people. We have lost the ability, because look at what just happened at the Sun-Times last week. We've lost the ability to communicate because the press corps has been stripped, either because of financial reasons or artificial intelligence is now writing articles. I'm not sure. But
Yeah, well,
we're
I tell you one thing. I'm glad that you're on today talking about this, and I know the Tribune did a piece on you too, and hopefully that this will help to educate folks in that upcoming election. Cook County Treasurer Maria Pappas.
April 1st, we need them out on April 1st so that they quit complaining about what it is that they didn't bother to go out and vote on.
All right. Thank you, ma'am. Appreciate it.